Hi, I'm J Specs, and we are back for a different type of prediction panel, and I am joined by the lovely assistant, Mrs. Choi CJ.
You make me feel like Dana White out here coming up on the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I think we need to shed some light on a certain situation. Would you like to touch on that, CJ?
Yeah, sure. So it's been circulating around Twitter a little bit. There have been some videos about this, but we regrettably have to announce that Kohona Gon, who was the coach of the Violet City Moltres, has actually passed away due to an illness that he'd been dealing with recently. So we're all very sad about it, of course, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and to his fiance and everybody else. So the rest of this season is going to be in memory of Kohona. He's been a good friend to the UBC and a longtime competitor, and it's tough when things like this happen, but it's a good reminder for us that life is precious, life is short. You need to go out and make the most of what you've been given because, as you can see, not everybody gets the opportunity to. So that's I think that's really all that there is to say about that. We're gonna miss you, Kahona, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, people. I mean, there's not much more to say about that than that. I mean, Kohona was a friend, and even though he wasn't necessarily the close of a friend, because I mean, he lives where he lives, we live where we live. He was still one of these people that we talk to every day. Well, not every day, but we. This is somebody that we communicate that we're used to knowing that if we wanted to reach out to him, we could. And then just picture having a friend there that even though you don't talk to all the time, you can if you want to, and then they're just taken away. So it's just like it's a very awkward situation, and we wish his family the best. Prayers and all of that are going up to them, but all that um, seriousness put aside, we had a prediction panel to take care of today, people.
Hey,
And
that's right.
CJ knows. Okay, he knows.
I
And,
mean, I hit the record button. Like, this is all fairly deliberate, I would say.
oh, hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like we said in last episode, people, we were changing up how we were going to do things. We weren't going to, make this like a pick'em crew type of thing anymore, but instead we'd give you guys and the coaches themselves a chance to vote on who they would feel would be the winner. So I mean, we're pretty much going to just recap those results.
That's right. Yeah. So you guys will be able to see all of these, all the percentages of which coaches favor right here on the screen. And I say, without further ado, let's hop on into it.
All right. So we have first match of the week. We have the Hog Haluchas versus the Celadon City Celebes. And as you can see here, people, it's pretty highly favored in terms of the Haluchas. Mostly due to the fact that the Celebes are still new to the format and they're still getting used to their team. But everyone, for the most part, well, not everyone, obviously, because it's if it was everyone, it would be 100% to zero. But for the most part, everyone feels as if the Howluchas are going to be the one to take this matchup. How do you feel about that, CJ?
Yeah, so I'm inclined to agree. The Celebes have two flying resists. They have Electivire, which does not appreciate a Earthquake from a Mega Pinsir, and the other is Archeops, which is an Archeops. So that's pretty much all you need to know about that. And I feel like I say this every week, like Mega Pinsir just destroys teams. The number of counters to this thing are so few. It's basically like just Charty Berry Zapdos. Sorry, Vince.
Oh my lord.
But yeah, so that's pretty much the main thing that I see doing work. But then there's other Pokemon that have good potential too. Like there's no Steel Pokemon on the Celebes team, so Sylveon can do work. And Volcanion is always going to be a threat in any matchup. The Celebes do have Tentacruel to take that on. And the Celebes have a bulky team, but the fact that the Hawluchas just have so much raw power between Sylveon, Volcanion, and Pinsir really puts this in their favor, in my opinion.
You heard it here first, people. And this is coming straight from the mouth of one of the competitors, one of the ones who's closest to the battlefield with both of these teams, where every time these matches are live and we're able to watch, we're usually in there watching. And if you ever see my name, I'm in there dropping some memes. So yeah, pay attention.
That's right.
All right, CJ. Now is the second match. You know what this second match is. How do you think we should? You know what, people. The next match would normally be the Coconas versus the Violet City Moltres, which was Kohona. But as we made it clear to you guys earlier, due to some very unfortunate circumstances, our good friend has passed away. So we had to get a replacement coach. And with that, I mean, we're not going to harp on the results of this match because it didn't happen anyway.
Yeah, so Elias is taking over for Kohona's team, and his team name, you're going to appreciate this, J-Specs, is going to be the Helsinki. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce that, but it's the Hydreigons. His mascot is Hydreigon.
Oh, so he's just going to come in here and steal my mascot, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, so it's obviously it wouldn't be appropriate for us to share any sort of who's favored over who for obvious reasons. But we are looking forward to this match just on its own because these are two very powerful teams.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, I always would love to pick over them knees anyway. So, I mean, I guess you guys can mark me as choosing Kohona over them knees because them knees need to get off them knees.
Yeah, so I don't know if Elias is going to be playing Adam for week 4. There's a chance that he might, but we'll review the match the next time. And
Indeed.
I suppose for now we're just going to move on.
All right, so match 3, we have the Caldos versus the Boston Caldos.
That's
the
right.
Boston Tea Party. I'm sorry.
I live like 3 miles from that, by the way.
Oh my. Do you get your tea imported? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But we have the Boston Caldos versus the Shin Ryu Pikachus.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention, J-Specs, but you know who the number 1 team in the league is?
The Shin Ryu Pikachus?
Good guess. No, the Boston Caldos.
Oh my.
They have a plus 12 differential at this time.
I mean, his logo is a horse. Hello? Of course it has to be.
That's why he has so much power.
That's why I vote for him even though I'm pretty sure I haven't voted for him once. But yeah.
Well, you single-handedly have been providing him the motivation to take this league by storm.
Literally. I mean, I am the horse ambassador. People follow me on Twitter. Shameless plug is shameless. But yeah, this is another situation where, oh my lord, the experience comes into play. The Shinryu Pikachus are a new coach in this format, just like that of the Celadon City Celebes, and they are still adjusting to having to prep for different coaches, stuff like that. Prepping for different mons that are put up against them. They're still working out the kinks and finding out which things they want to bring makes sense and which doesn't. And so, I mean, it's still a transition period as far as them trying to get used to this whole thing. And with that, I mean, the poll shows that most of the people are voting for the Caldos for this one.
Yeah, and I can see why. Like you said, it's now that we're at the point of the season where the records are really starting to shape themselves out. You can see who are the favorites in this league, like who are the favorites to win is what I mean. And I do think that the Caldos have a good matchup here. Lando T is a really, really good check for basically all of the major threats. Yeah, Excadrill, Talonflame, Jolteon, Charizard, Sceptile. Well, not so much Sceptile. But yeah, basically those 4 attackers there can be walled by Lando T. That being said, it can check some of the things, but it's not going to be able to check all of the things. What I would think would be a really good bring would be like a Healing Wish Celebes to keep the Lando really healthy. Maybe even like you could even pair it up with like a Wish Umbreon if you're feeling really cash.
Oh my.
But yeah, the Lando is a huge problem. On the other side, what's really funny is that something like Defensive Charizard X is going to be a really hard stop to Victini. if you think about it.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were in this matchup. Um, so yeah, the key is going to be, can you break through Lando T?
Yeah, it's funny how the best stop to threatening fire types is just a defensive fire type.
Yeah, no, it's the best Victini counters are fire types and dragon types, and guess what? Zard is both. So
Take that, V-Create.
yeah, exactly. He's doing like 4.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I'd also have to side with the Caldos. As CJ said, they're the top team in the league right now. They're on a little hot streak. They're playing well. And Johan's still trying to get his foot in the door. He's still trying to take a hold on to what needs to be done for him to improve. And oh my goodness, I almost just swallowed my tongue.
So take care of yourself over there, J-Specs.
Good lord.
Yeah, the only other thing that I'll add before we move on too is that, yeah, Lando is a good check, but now that I'm taking a closer look, things like Cocoon and also Mega Diancie are going to be good Pokemon in this matchup as well. He's just going to have to watch out for things like Steel Wing and Iron Tail from Talonflame and Charizard, but otherwise Diancie is a hard stop to Pokemon like Talonflame and Charizard as well.
Sweet!
That's right.
Alright. Now we shall go on to the next match. We have the Tampa Bay Loseweights. I'm sorry, Mono Toy is nowhere near this league.
I like Mono. Mono's pretty good.
I actually like Mono too. If you guys watch the GBA, good job. You're not a horse. But we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Washington Smogon Birds. And this one, I guess people looked at the matchup because, you just slap on Mega Lopunny, and 9 times out of 10, somebody loses that doesn't have Mega Lopunny.
Yeah, so, I try not to comment too much on the matches that involve myself, just because it's kind of awkward. But, yeah, I would also agree that Lopunny has a good matchup against this team.
Oh my lord, yeah, looking at it now, Mega Lopunny cleans this. Alright, Spencer. That defensive Mew, huh? Is that your Lopunny check? Huh? JK, I love Spencer, people. But yeah, this match is literally highly favored in one direction. Like most of the matches, being everyone going for CJ here.
Yeah.
And I'd also have to toss my name in the hat and say CJ is the least of the horse in this matchup. And
yeah, it's worth saying though, I'm on kind of a losing streak right now between UBC and PMC and other leagues. So
you're just
you can't
on
rule anything out.
You're on an Adam losing streak. That doesn't count.
Okay, good. Thanks.
You've just been losing to them knees. But you're gonna get back on track. Them knees can't stop you for that long.
Let's hope not.
All right, now we have. Oh my lord, what is the Scissors name? The Seattle Scissors, yay! Versus the Broadway Blastoise. I almost said Brooklyn because I know so many people that want to be the Brooklyn Blastoise.
That's actually a pretty. Both names are really great. Broadway and Brooklyn.
Yeah, and as you guys can see, this one's a little bit closer of a vote, with it leaning a little bit more in the favor of the Scissors. How do you feel about this one, CJ?
Yeah, so whereas in the other matchups, like the records have been a little bit more like in favor of one side, like in terms of the win-loss record.
Mm-hmm.
The Scissors are 2-1, and the Blastoise are 1-2. So it makes sense that the Scissors are slightly favored, but the Blastoise have had. They did pick up a win versus some of the other teams that we've already shown have not. And to be honest, he had a decent chance against the Caldos in week 1, so he could just as easily be 2-1 in my opinion if he had some things go a little bit more his way, or some circumstances were slightly different. But in terms of the matchup, it's I don't know. It's kind of an even matchup as well. You got the Battle of the Lotties here, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
But the Pokemon like the Blastoise's team, I think I've said this several times now. They've got like this really amazing bulky core. Between Latias, Tornti, Rotom, Wash, Mega Venusaur, Cobalion, things like that. And it's going to be hard to break through. The Scissors do have some good wall breakers, though. They've got Latios and Staraptor that can really do some work. Drew from the Scissors has shown the ability to bring Pokemon like Choice Banded Grand Bull in the past that just do tremendous work. And yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty back and forth game.
Yeah, this is one of the games someone that likes battles should be able to appreciate. A very, I wouldn't say tilted matchup at all. It's very even as far as the rosters go, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, one has a little bit more bulk than the other, but I mean, one has a little bit. Can I say a little bit more firepower? I mean, this man got Star Raptor. There's not too many switch-ins to Bandage Star Raptor.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, now that I mean, he has Metagross, but that's not really that good of a switch into Banded Star. Right? This is gonna be an interesting match, people. Make sure you watch it, or I'll mark your channel for spam.
Are we making threats out here, J-Specs?
We're making threats. That's how I get down.
Okay.
JK, I love you all. I love you all.
That's great.
All right, now we have the Maryland Mienshous and Keemstar himself versus the Toronto Luxuries. Please tell me I said his team name right. Yes, I did. I am a boss.
Nailed it.
Ha ha! And again, people, a tale of two halves. I can't even say a tale of two halves. This isn't sports, literally. But yeah, we have the Mienshous being highly favored over the Luxuries. Jack continues just like he did in Season 2 and Season 1 to just play really, really well. And, you know, go forward, just continuing. Like, Jack's just a very good player. I feel like as long as his prep is up to par, he has opportunity to beat anyone because he's just that good of a player.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can understand why Jack is favored in this matchup, and I don't think I would necessarily vote a different way, but I would also say that the matchup is a lot closer than this vote would indicate. I think that Turkey has shown himself to be a really good competitor so far in this league, and he's got a really sick roster to back it up. And he's got good checks for a lot of the stuff on Jack's team. Like, Infernape actually is pretty nice against a lot of the team. You know, and he could bring that pro defensive Infernape set that J-Specs loves to talk about.
Oh, yes, the one that dropped Osseo on his neck.
Yeah, because, I mean, it doesn't really want to deal with things like Mamoswine, certainly, but it should be a good check to things like Scizor and Vileplume.
I mean, it's always a great check to counter Weavile.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, and...
Why would you run counter Weavile?
Yeah, and, you know, and the only real switch-in that the Scizors have... Not the Scizors. The Mienshous have for Mega Guard is that Scizor. Yes, Mega Alakazam can come in afterwards and do damage to it, but you know, if he can bring in the guard on things like Miltank, Seismitoad, Pantoro, just something dies. That's all there is to it. And sure, you can say the same thing about something like Mamoswine, certainly, but I don't know. Just guard is such a good mon.
I'm just happy to see these two mega powerhouses getting ready to go at it, because Mega Alakazam is amazing and Mega Gardevoir is amazing. Like, both of these teams, like the offensive firepower between Mega Guard, Infernape, Weavile, and Salamence is ridiculous. And then you go over to Jack's side, and he has Thundy Eye, he has Mamo, he has his patented Kyurem. I mean,
yeah, how do we let Jack get Kyurem again this season? My lord.
Oh my lord, Jack will do anything to get that thing, and he always gets it, but I mean, you gotta call it Poultra or else it's not the right frozen chicken.
Yeah, you got a point.
Indeed. Alright, and we have one more match, people. One more. We have the Texas Nightmare, I believe the name is.
Yep.
Versus the Chicago Flock. I really love that nickname.
Yeah.
I really love that nickname.
So, you want to hear something funny, J-Specs?
Please, enlighten me.
So, Slurpuff got 6 kills last week.
Wait. How?
Because it's a monster, and no one knows how to deal with it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently you just click that X.
Yeah, that's how you counter Slurpuff.
That's how you counter it. You just, oh wait, it's the kill leader?
Yeah, by a lot.
At 10-0?
Yeah.
Alright, Chicago Flock, you need to calm down.
So with that in mind, look at the Texas Nightmare and tell me Um,
You're not gonna tell me to look at what are his Slurpuff counters. You're not gonna tell me to what are
Yeah.
his answers to Slurpuff.
He's actually got 2 decent answers in Gengar and Steelix, but
Don't
otherwise,
scare.
Slurpuff is gonna continue to do the work. Like Steelix is, yeah, like you really need a sturdy steel type. So
Why
if
is this his major offensive mon?
well, I mean, if you're fair, he has Crawdont and Thundurus, which are like 2 ridiculous wall breakers. He being the Chicago Flock, of course.
And then he lets them die just to bring in Slurpuff and say GG.
Yeah. So I mean, so if you can get Crawdont to soften up the Steelix, and if it can take on the Gengar, or even Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is gonna crush that Gengar. There's nothing stopping a Slurpuff sweep here, I think.
Oh my lord.
But that being said, the Flock don't have a great defensive backbone of their own.
That's a very bold statement. CJ's saying Slurpuff's gonna continue to put in. How many kills are we expecting from Slurpuff this week?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You can't make a bold prediction and not back it up.
Like I think the Flock are gonna win at another Slurpuff sweep. Like tell me what it can't set up on. Like it sets up on Frostlass. It sets up on Flygon. It sets up on Vaporeon.
You need to stop because next season Adam's gonna try to put Slurpuff in Tier 1.
Well, tell that to Marcus. It's not my fault.
Adam's gonna be like, Slurpuff is too good.
Yeah. I don't think Slurpuff is unbeatable by any means, but I think it has a good matchup here.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to rely on Sash Alakazam to revenge kill it, basically.
I just hope it dies. Gengar needs to come in, click Sludge Wave, and destroy this thing. Please.
Yeah.
JK, I mean, bruh, if you can... Because I personally hate Slurpuff, but it's literally biased because of its design. Like, it's a cupcake. Come on, Pokemon.
I mean, you got a point there.
That's why I don't like it. But if you can sit here and make me a believer that it's actually a good Pokemon, then, I mean, more power to you. The main reason, that would be my main issue with Pokemon, was for a very long time, I was unable to use a Pokemon if I didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, well, that's why Sun and Moon is off to such a great start, I think, in terms of the hype, because all the Mons look amazing. I mean,
are you sure?
Right?
Drampa is decent, but I mean, Beware, hello?
Beware is awesome. That's like almost the best one.
Oh my.
That thing, you know how tall that thing is? It's 6'11".
That's what scares me, okay? It's a huge teddy bear with a black body.
It's pretty boss.
You can't say that thing wouldn't scare you at night.
No, I'm not saying it wouldn't, but what I am saying is that I like it from a design standpoint.
The fact that, when I seen that thing towering over Pangoro...
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what? Why is it so big?
Anyway, we are getting off track.
Who cares? Pokemon is Pokemon. JK, alright people, if you enjoyed this episode of the prediction panel, or just, we probably gotta change the name of this.
I think prediction panel's fine. Everyone, the percentages, they are predicting the matchup. So
true.
I think it's fine.
Well, make sure to vote in next week's panel so that your votes can be casted as well in these prediction panel videos, right, CJ? We're still going to link it, right? Right.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So, again, interaction from you guys always makes these things better, so make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the UBC channel. Don't make your own UBC channel, you horse. Don't do that. And make sure to, leave a vote on the poll. Want to say goodbye, CJ?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure you check out JSpec's channel. Thanks, of course, for joining me and for all this debauchery, JSpec's. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoy the matches this week.
Welcome back, Wolfpack.
Ew. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh, wait, I do have one thing I have to say. Don't tell me you closed the recording.
No.
Whoops.
No.
Okay, good. You ready for this?
Probably not.
Jack is nimble. Jack is quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick.
Okay. Alright, thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye!